Hey everyone, it's Zara and I'm back to film a flip through of my pre-planner for 2019. I used the Erin Condren vertical this year for both my pre-planning and my memory spreads. In years past I've done like an hourly planner when I was in school. But since, now I'm out of school and graduated and everything, I find that the vertical is just a good fit for me. And then I like having a memory planner just for marking down what really happened in the week, whereas my pre-planner is just kind of what I think is going to happen, and then things change along the way. So anyways, so this is the one I used for pre-planning, and then we'll just kind of get into it. The first spread I have is my January monthly. This was a kit from Nikki Plus 3, and it was very foiled. I think this was my only foiled monthly kit that I used, but I just thought it was really special, especially because it was my birthday month, that, it was really, really nice. So then moving into my New Year's spread, this is one that I planned after the fact. I usually try to do my I go through, my old planner completely before I move over to my new planner. So typically this first spread in my new planner, or, first spread of a planner, is usually a memory spread, just because, the last day in December, like this week, is in the last page, or last layout of my last planner, if that made any sense at all. That was really confusing. So anyways, regardless, for New Year's I usually have 4 spreads because I have my 2 pre-planned planners, one from the year before, one from the current year, and then my 2 memory spreads same way. But this one was a kit from 472 in Maine, and I just liked it. It was kind of star themed, space themed, and it was just kind of a fun kit to use because it had, kind of those New Year's colors with the gold and, the blue, without being specifically a New Year's kit, because I always seem to forget to buy 4 New Year's kits. And that happened again this year, so I'm sure I'll have kind of a anytime kind of kit for my first spread in my new planner as well. So then moving into January, this is one of my favorite spreads. I love how this turned out. This one was a kit from Mellow Paper Studio, and it was her Peter Pan themed kit, and I used that because we went to see Finding Neverland this day, kind of as a pre-birthday celebration, because my birthday was the next week. But really love this kit, love how it turned out. Then moving on, this was my birthday kit, and this one was a kit from 472 in Maine as well, or no, from Mellow Paper Studio as well. And I think I got this as a freebie for like Black Friday or something like that. But I really love how it turned out, and it's, nice pastel colors. Very cute. Then I used this kit. This was from, her name is now Paper Shire, but I think this was back when she was Toffee Bananas, I think was her old shop name. But it was just a really pretty winter kit. This week, I don't think I had anything super spectacular that happened. I met my boyfriend's family this day, but otherwise it was just kind of a normal week. But I liked kind of the pink winter vibes from this kit, because I end up using usually a lot of blue kits in January, and sometimes I get a little tired of the blue. So then moving into kind of February monthly, this one was a monthly kit from Mellow Paper Studio. I don't think she's really done a lot of monthly kits. I know she was kind of trying them out, but I don't know that she, continued doing them after this point. And I know she's kind of been a little bit busy, so I don't think she's released anything new in a little while. But I really liked this monthly kit, and then I think we had the option to pick what month or day we wanted in there, so that was just an overlay that I put on there. So then moving into January, moving into January. Moving into February, it still says January at the top. This is I believe this was a mystery kit from Paper Bow Prints. This was back when she was the Paperly Boutique, but now she's Paper Bow Prints, and I love it. I love just the really nice kind of wintry theme. I love this little fireplace sticker. This would be a great kit for when I was skiing, but I just really wanted to use it because I loved it so much. Again, I don't really think that this was too busy, and I'm remembering now, we were really busy at work this time of the year, because I work in a pharmacy. I'm a pharmacist, and there was a big pharmacy chain that shut down, and so we got a ton of their patients, and it was so busy. And this was before we hired extra help, and so we were staying late most night, turning my overtime, work early, stay late, kind of was the theme for a lot of January and February until things finally started to calm down, and then it's still been busy ever since, but it was especially busy this time of the year. So then we had, in February, I had this kit from Creating & Co. I love this kit. Twilight is one of my secret loves. Maybe not so secret, but I love Twilight. I grew up at the time when the books were coming out and everything, and so they have just like a special place in my heart, even though some people don't love the books and the movies and all that. So I loved this kit. I love it. So I finished the book, or I finished Breaking Dawn, and then I had like a Twilight movie marathon on my day off. And then this was the day that the other pharmacy officially closed, I think, or at least this was the day they announced it. So it was busy. So, but it was a good week. So then moving in, this is my Valentine's Day kit. This one was a kit from Paper Bow Prints as well, and it was actually one of her Big Book of Boutiques kits, and then I just had the extra add-ons because I just really loved this artwork. I believe she hand drew this kit, and the colors were just spectacular. I just really loved them. And then it was my 12-hour day on Valentine's Day, because that was back when I had my old schedule, and so we celebrated Valentine's Day on the 13th, and yeah, that was one of my 12-hour days, busy day. We ran out of paper that day, and so that was a mess because we couldn't reprint any leaflets, and someone ended up having to go to Office Max and just buy some paper, because of course it's like the legal size paper, so we didn't carry it, or we didn't have any extras. So it was a really busy day. So and then moving into February, this is another kit from Creating & Co. I believe that she had this for a reading, like she does a lot of readathons. It is my goal to one day participate in one of her readathons. It just never seems to quite happen. Like, I always seem to be really busy the weeks that she has them on, or I don't pay attention and I miss it. But I just really loved this like fairy tale theme of a kit, and just thought it was just stunning. So anyways, on this week, I don't really know what I did, but it was, my boyfriend, he bought a house this day, and so kind of helped him, move stuff over. I think went skiing. Yeah, we went skiing this day. But yeah, helping him kind of move into his house. And then I liked this box because it has like all of these different, like fantasy locations or whatever, like Hogwarts and Narnia and things like that, and I thought that was cute for going to see him in his house. So then moving into March, this was a kit from Moose and Mittens Papery, something like that. But I really love the colors in this kit, and I liked her monthly kits a lot because she had a lot of like extra boxes and icons and things like that. But really liked this March monthly kit. Then moving into February, this is just throwing me off, March, this was a kit from Paper Bill Prints. Don't really think anything too exciting happened. I did some Disney planning because we were going to Disney in like just about a month or so, month and a half. And so I think I was doing like some fast pass selections this day. Then moving into March, this was the week of my nephew's birthday, so I used a odd loot kit that was kind of superhero themed, and this was his birthday week, this is his birthday. And then, so we went to go to like a water park to kind of celebrate. I got to see my mom, and then we went to their house, and this was actually when my boyfriend got to meet kind of like my family, my sister and my mom, so that was really nice. Then into March I used this. I didn't have like a specifically St. Patrick's Day themed kit, so I had this Ireland themed kit from Mellow Paper Studios, and I really love how it turned out. I think it was just beautiful, and I really like St. Patrick's Day, and so I like using, you know, a specifically St. Patrick's Day themed kit, and I like using the traditional colors because they're not colors that I use very often in my planner. I like it on this day, leave on time, but it was kind of, you know, just a good week. I wonder if I switched work these days, or if I accidentally put it in there. I don't know. Oh, I think this was actually the week that our schedule changed, I want to say. And so originally I had, you know, Wednesdays were my day off. Thursdays I had a 12-hour day, and then I worked every other weekend, but this must have been the week that it changed, and so I had already pre-planned it, and then I think like on Monday, I want to say Monday or maybe Tuesday, I got my new schedule from my manager. So I think that's why everything changed, and I think that's why I ended up writing in the Times, kind of squeezed in there because yeah, I think that's what happened with this week. So then I ended up having the weekend off when I wasn't expecting it originally, but yeah, it was good. And then from now on, it's been a kind of a nice schedule, not having to work a 12-hour day, and then, you know, only having to work every third weekend is much nicer. So this is a kit from Paper Bill Prints as well. You can definitely tell who some of my favorite shops are based off of what kits I've been using. But this was a good week as well. I was trying to get ready for Disney by watching some Disney movies, and then we went and saw Captain Marvel. I did my taxes this day. Very fun and exciting. Yeah, really like this week, and I like the way this turned out. This was a mystery kit that she had a couple years ago. Then moving into this week we went and saw Mumford & Sons in concert, and so I used this kit from EBGB that was, you know, kind of rock and roll music themed, and I really liked it. It was a very colorful week. A little bit busy, but a very colorful, nice week. Then moving into my April monthly, this was the month that I went to Disney, and so I used a kit from Paper Co., and since it was like Disney specific and not really month specific, it didn't have the month at the top, and I don't think well, obviously I never went and added it back in, but this was when I went to Disney, and it was really exciting. It was ever since I was younger, like, I've always wanted to go to Disney with my best friend for her first Disney trip because she had never been to Disney before this trip that we went on. And so it was like when I first met her and first found that out and we were best friends and everything, I knew that was something that I really wanted to do with her if I could, and then it just happened to turn out that she never went to Disney in the, 11 years leading up to this, or how long have we known each other? We've known each other longer than that, like 15 years that we've known each other leading up to this. And so yeah, that was just really awesome to get to experience that with her. And so I wanted to use kind of a specifically Disney monthly kit for April, since that was so special. So then moving into April, this was, the first week that we went to Disney. So we flew there on Saturday, and then started our trip on, Saturday into Sunday. I got like food poisoning or like the stomach flu or something like that leading up to Disney, and so it was kind of like I was kind of sick, like this day, and then I was kind of battling it a little bit for a couple of days, but thankfully I finally got to enjoy Disney to the fullest, especially because it's like there's all this good food, and all these rides, all this stuff, that it's like it stinks when you don't get to experience it all, because it's like, yeah, anyways, so I definitely had a good time, but like this was our night at the Be Our Guest restaurant, and I definitely didn't get to eat all the food that I wanted to, just because I was still kind of getting over my sickness, but we definitely made the most of it, and I still like crammed as much as I possibly could into every day, because I hadn't been to Disney in 10 years, 11 years, something like that at this point, and so it was really great to get to see my best friend, and to get to go to Disney, and we just had like an awesome time. And then the little boxes I didn't fill out, but that's okay. I'd used for like the first half of the year, I'd used like some sort of a box to mark what book I was reading in the week, because that was my goal for 2019, and it didn't happen, was to read one new book every week. And so definitely there were weeks that I didn't get to read a book, this was one of them. So then moving into, and this was a kit from Pretty on Paper Co. This was a kit that she had released. She's not open anymore. This was a kit she had released when the Beauty and the Beast live action movie came out like 2 years ago. And then I just had an extra kit of it because I'd gotten it in a grab bag, and then I was just holding on to it until a perfect week, and couldn't think of a better week than this one. Then this is a kit from Jalen Paper Co. This was our like full week in Disney. And then we also did some other adventures. So we went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter this day, and then on this day we got to swim with manatees, and manatees are my favorite animal of all time, so it was just like an incredible experience. But then it was funny because then when we were driving back, we got stuck, like there was some big accident, and so we were stuck on the highway for like 2 hours waiting for them to clear it up, and so we didn't really get to do as much as we wanted to on this Friday night, just because yeah, it was so busy, but we still got to see the fireworks and everything. We went to the Polynesian resort to watch them, which was really fun. But yeah, I really loved this spread. This was Little Mermaid themed, obviously, but just a good, colorful kit. And then I can't remember where these overlays were from. I want to say they might have been Sticker Guru, but I'm not 100% sure. So then moving into the week after Disney, I had like a doctor's appointment, and it was Easter, so I got to go see my family for Easter. Yeah, we went to my grandparents' house. They hosted Easter, which was really nice. This kit was from Miscellany Boulevard, and I love how this turned out. I love all of the different colors. I love the florals. It's very busy, but I'm like, this week really spoke to me in a good way. Then moving into April, I have another kit from Odd Loop, and I was gonna say, right about the time I went to Disney is when I stopped filming, and so Yeah, so most of this is stuff that you guys haven't seen unless you follow me on Instagram. But this was a kit from Odd Loop, and it was just a really pretty spring kit. I don't know what really happened this week. We had like a barbecue. We had, there's this ice cream place by my boyfriend's house, which is just really good. Like the portions are humongous, and it's just like a little teeny tiny, ice cream shop, and it's delicious. Then moving into my May monthly kit, this was a kit from, I don't remember who this was from. I want to say it might be Nicole Alexia no, it's not Nicole Alexia Designs. I don't remember who this is. Nicole Hutch Designs, that's who it is. And this was just a really pretty May monthly kit, just florals and everything. But I liked the colors. Then moving into April, this is a kit from Planneresque, and this one I want to say it was like a Black Friday exclusive kit or something like that, but it is just a very nice like foiled kit. It's hard to pick up on camera, but all of like the full boxes have foil in it, as well as the bottom washi. And this was just a really, again, kind of just a boring week. This is when I started looking at houses, which was kind of exciting. I decided that, oh yeah, right here, house tour, that I wanted to buy a house because I had found out that my rent was increasing by a lot. My rent was going to increase by like 14 or 17%. It was insane. And especially it's like I liked my place and I would have stayed in my apartment. But yeah, it was just, that's a lot of money to be, just putting into an apartment. And so that was when I decided that I would start looking at houses, and my dad's a realtor, so then he was very like interested in the process as well, even though he's, not here in Wisconsin, but it was like between him and I'm sure we were annoying my realtor, but he was very nice. So then moving into May, this week we got to go to Idaho. We flew to Idaho, and then we were gone. I think we came back on the Monday morning, but it was just a really nice time, and my boyfriend had never been to Idaho. He got to meet my dad, he got to meet my parents' dogs. And this was a kit from Sweet Fox Papery, and I just loved all the little deco pieces with it. I love kits with trees in them. I don't know, trees and mountains are like my weakness when it comes to kits. I always seem to want kits when they have those kind of items in there. And so yeah, I really loved it. And like she has just really pretty weekend banners. But it was a really nice trip. Definitely had a nice time kind of relaxing with my parents and getting to do a lot. So that was Mother's Day week. Then moving into the next week, we ended up this day we went and saw A Bronx Tale. I saw it with my sister, but otherwise it was just kind of like getting back into the swing of things, working, that kind of thing. Then into, this was the week that Aladdin, I don't know if this was the week that it came out, but this is the week that I saw it, I think. Was this the right week? Maybe this is the week it came out, and no, I went and saw it this day. So I think it might have come out the week before, but this was the week that I finally got to see it because, yeah, it was just ended up not working out the week before. And this is a kit from Mellow Paper Studios again, and I just really liked the colors in this kit. I thought it was just really pretty. So then moving into June, this is another kit from Nicole Hutch Designs. Just kind of a nice kind of relaxing June kit. I think I usually use more summery designs, but I liked this kit a lot. So then moving into the first week of June, like end of May into June, this was when I finished reading Mansfield Park, I believe. And so I wanted to use this Pride and Prejudice themed kit. Originally I was going to use it for, I think I was going to use it for Valentine's Day, and then I just ended up not using it that week because I had that really pretty paperly, or not paperly boutique, but Paperville Prince kit. But I really wanted to use this kit kind of in the spring, so I think this was kind of my last spring kit as far as I'm aware, but I really liked it. This one was from the Hummingbird Planner, I believe, and I really loved the artwork, and Pride and Prejudice is my favorite, so yeah, I really wanted to use this kit, and I really liked the way she used the artwork. So then moving into the more summery themed kits, this was the first day I went to the plays at my like local theater. I believe this was my first show that I saw there. They were only open during the summer because it's literally in like an old barn, and so it's definitely would be too cold in the winter to do it. This was the week of the Tony Awards, and yeah, just like a nice little week. And then this kit was from Mellow Paper Studio as well, and this one was kind of like a farm themed kit because we went to the dairy breakfast. So a lot of dairy farms will have kind of fundraiser type breakfasts, and this one, I'm trying to remember exactly if it was this one or a different one, but I know one of the dairy breakfasts we went to, I think it was this one, it wasn't actually at a dairy, it was actually like a corn farm or something like that. So it's kind of weird because there weren't any cows, or like dairy cows there, but that was, usually it's at a dairy. So anyways, then we have into the week of June 10th through the 16th. This was my mom's birthday, and her favorite animals are giraffes, and so I wanted to use this giraffe themed kit. This is a kit from Plantasia Studios, and I really like her kits and her artwork and everything. This one was just a mini kit, like a 2-page kit or something like that, but I really loved it, so I made it work. Usually I like to have more stickers than this. I wonder why this is getting so like, I don't know, like the whiteout's looking a little bit funky. But there we go. So then this was just a really bright and colorful week. I didn't get to see my mom for her birthday because she was in Idaho, but it was still really nice. And then we went to see Mamma Mia at the dinner theater in, it's like outside of Minneapolis, and it was so good. They did such a good job, and they're going to do the Music Man this year, and I can't wait to see it. I'm stoked, so that'll be a lot of fun. So then moving into June, this was when I got to see the Pentatonics, Pentatonics with my cousins, and they were very good. We got to go like out for dinner and everything, so it was kind of a really quick little trip, because I worked, drove over, saw the concert, drove home and worked again, so I was kind of tired, but it was good. And then we went to my grandparents' house this weekend, so just a ton of driving and a ton of traveling, but a lot of good memories this week, even though like we were kind of tired. So yeah, because this one we drove there and then we had to drive back the next day because they live quite a ways away, like 4.5 hours. So this is another kit from Sweet Fox Papery. Oh, I love this kit. This is from River Street Stickers, and it has manatees on it, so obviously I had to buy it. Manatees are my favorite animal, like I've said, and I didn't have this kit for when I went to Florida. Otherwise I probably would have used it for something like that too, but this one was just a really fun, bright kit. It was manatees and narwhals, which narwhals are but manatees are fantastic and wonderful and perfect. So anyways, I just loved this color scheme, and I had to use it right away. I think I got this like the week or two before in the mail, and had to work it in right away. And then for, so this was somehow, somewhere in here I missed it. I've actually bought my house. So this was the day I met with the designer, and to pick out like my countertops and my paint and all of that. We just did it in like one fell swoop and pretty much planned out everything. So that was really nice. And he was like, "You're so decisive." And I'm like, "Oh no, does that mean I should like rethink my choices, or, you know, are we still good?" And he's like, "No, it's good. It's just, you know, some people are, you know, humming and hawing over everything." But yeah, and I love how my house turned out, so everything's great there. This is a kit from Avenue K Design, who I think is no longer open, but just a really cute 4th of July kit, and I liked I like the bright 4th of July colors, but this one's just a little bit more muted, and that was really pretty as well. So then moving into July, this is a kit from, it was a collaboration between the Littlest Planner and Oh Hello Michelle. And I love this kit. It's like very summery. I think I've been saving this since Black Friday, but just really like it. We went to Madison, and I think this was the second time that my boyfriend went to Madison with us, or with me. I believe maybe there was another time that he went in there as well, but this was when he got to meet a lot of like my aunts and uncles and kind of more extended family, because it was my niece's birthday on this day. She turned 1, and so my sister always has like a big party for their first birthdays, where she invites kind of more extended family. But it was just a lot of fun, and like I said, I just love the colors in this kit. And this was 4th of July week as well, so I didn't really use a 4th of July specific kit, but I loved just kind of like the pool beachy vibes for 4th of July. So moving into this week, this is a kit from Mellow Paper Studio, and this was when we went to Fargo. We went to Fargo to see my boyfriend's family, or not family, friends from school, because that's where he went to school actually in Moorhead, which is just on the other side of the river from Fargo. So that was just a lot of fun. We got to kind of explore, kind of meet some people, eat a lot of good food. And so we just had a lot of fun, and you know, it was kind of a good experience. He wanted to go back up to Fargo for their Christmas concert, but that just didn't end up happening time-wise, and also I think it'd be really, really cold to go in this, you know, winter, but going in, you know, July was very, very lovely. So that was that week. Then this is one of my favorite kits. This is my favorite artwork probably ever. I love this artwork so much. And this was a version by 472 in Maine. I think I'm still hoarding pieces of the Paperboat Prints version of it that I'll probably use this next summer. But this is one of my favorite kits ever. Just the artwork and everything. And so this was just a fun week to use it during the summer. And then as far as this one we went to go see my grandparents, and actually, so I went down to visit my grandparents, and my sister came up as well, so we both kind of met at my grandparents' house. So it was kind of the best of both worlds as far as, you know, getting to see a lot of family. We went into some caves. I went and saw Mary Poppins with my grandparents because they had an extra ticket. And then we went to they have a big aquarium where they live that's, you know, very nice, and lots of activities for the kids to kind of explore. And my grandparents have season passes, so we get to go often when we are there. And then this is a kit from Planneresque, and this was just a summary kit. This day I had the day off, and so we ended up just kind of like making a day of it. My boyfriend had the day off as well, or took the day off, because I think he had been working late, and so we ended up like going to get my car serviced, and then we got a rental car that they let us use. So we went like mini golfing and went out for lunch, and we went to see Lion King, and we went to a winery, and then we went to the farmer's market. That there's like a big farmer's market on Thursday nights that I don't always get to go to. And so that was just really fun. They have a lot of little food booths and everything. So that was just a really fun day. This was also, I was watching a lot of Stranger Things. It looks like the new season must have come out like the week before. But no, really, really like how this week turned out. Even though I think it was, not necessarily an exceptional week. So then moving into August, I have another kit from Avenue K Designs, and I liked the like Ferris wheel fair themed kit because I believe this is when we went to the Minnesota State Fair, which was a lot of fun. So then moving into July, so like a week or so, I think it was just about a week before this, I found out that the days that I had asked off for in February were approved for this conference that I wanted to go to, and it was very, very last minute that I had to plan this trip, but I ended up successfully planning this trip. Like the tickets were still available until like it was like the next day, like the day I found out that I had the days off, like the next day was the last day for registration, so I was able to like get registered for the event. I was able to find someone that still needed a roommate for a hotel room, so I didn't have to pay for the full price of a hotel all on my own. I was able to find decent plane tickets that weren't horribly expensive. So it was just like this super last minute trip. That it was in Anaheim, was the conference for my fraternity, so obviously I had to go to Disney as well, and so it was awesome. So this is a kit from Sweet Bean Plans, and it was her Beauty and the Beast theme kit. So I love this kit so much, and especially Beauty and the Beast is, like I said, my favorite. I don't know what it is, like some of the ink is like smudging off of the darker boxes into the lighter boxes, so I don't know if it's like rubbing weird, so that's a little unfortunate, but yeah, oh, I love this kit. And so like I said, it was just a really great week because like Tuesday I flew in and I got to go to Disneyland, and then on Sunday I flew out late, and so I got to go to California Adventure, and then the rest of the days were spent at the conference. I got to go to like the alumni reception, the banquet, meet up with people from my chapter, some that I knew and some that I didn't, so it was just really great. And then I debated getting a tattoo this day, but I did not. I watched like 15 other people get the special tattoo that you can get at this conference, and then you can be a part of like the special club or whatever, but I was like, I just can't do it. I think it'll hurt, and I don't know if I want it forever, so I do, but I don't. But I was there to help support them. So then moving into this week, this was a kit from Avenue K Designs, and I just love it. It's like a picnic themed kit, and it's just very light and airy and neutral, so I really like this kit. This one was, originally we were going to have like a picnic date this week, and then we didn't. We ended up going to the lake. And so then the next week we ended up having a picnic, but that would have been perfect to use the week when we did have a picnic, but it was just not meant to be. But like I said, we went to the lake, and hung out with family, and, had a lot of fun there. Then moving on to this week, this is the week that we had our picnic. What day was I off? I'm pretty sure this was the week we had our picnic, but I don't see it in here. I don't know, maybe I'm off on my weeks, but we ended up having a picnic like in the living room because of course it was rainy the day that we wanted to do it. And yeah, it was just a kind of easygoing week, it looks like. I went and saw Young Frankenstein, which I've never seen before, and it was hilarious, and I loved the music in it, and it was really great. So then moving into August, or moving into August, we're still in August. Moving into this week, this was the week that we went to the Minnesota State Fair, and so I had this fair-themed kit from, oh, did I tell you? This one was from Paper Bow Prints. I don't think I said that. This was a kit from the Littlest Planner, and so it's just like a fair-themed kit, and I love it. I think she had done this for, I can't remember if it was a planner. I think it was like a planner event where she had a table where it was like, you know, circus themed or something like that. And so this was her kit that she designed for it. I want to say, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was it. But yeah, I really love this kit a lot. And this is like the fortune teller and like eating hot dog. We had so much food. It was delicious. But yeah, it was crazy and exciting and great. And then on this day, we ended up going to, his roommate, had like his parents in town. And so we went out for like a birthday brunch, with them. And it was like the fanciest brunch I think I've ever been to, but it was funny because his friend's not that fancy, but apparently his parents are. So anyways, so then moving into September, this was a kit from, I think this was still a kit from Avenue K Designs. It looks like the same style, so you know, very cute. I like kind of the more fall floral colors. And then moving into this week, I used this kit from River Street Stickers, and again, yellow is my favorite color, and so I really love kits where I have a lot of yellow, although I don't get to use them very often because not a lot of shops make yellow kits, but I just really loved this artwork. There was another bumblebee, or bee themed artwork that came out that I didn't pick up because I wasn't buying kits, or I never found a kit that I really liked or whatnot, but I liked this artwork. It was a little different that I think was really pretty as well, and with like the little hints of black and gray. It was very good. And then this was, so let's see, I went and saw a play this day, and then we went to Taste of Madison. So that was just like a big food event where they have all sorts of food booths all around like the Capitol, and you just walk around and buy different foods. So my niece and my sister and I went to that, and we had a lot of fun and a lot of good food there. So moving into the next week, this week I used this kit from Paper Bow Prints, and I think this was right after she reopened her shop, with like the, new name and everything. And so I think this was my first kit that I had for her new official name, and I really love it. I love the lemonade themed kit, again using lots of yellow and the blue and the green. Just I really like how this all turned out. And then yeah, I don't know if anything too exciting happened. Oh, this day we went on a dinner cruise, so that was just really fun. My boyfriend was like, we're, like the youngest people here, and I'm like, well, it was still, I had a really good time, and it was like sunset, and it was just really, really beautiful and relaxing. And then I worked this weekend, so nothing too crazy. And then, I guess that was Labor Day week. So then moving into the next week of September, this is a kit from Sweet Fox Paperie. This was my niece's birthday, so I wanted to use kind of a, floral themed kit. And Born Wild, she's kind of she marches to the beat of her own drum sometimes. But then, we had a birthday party. We went to a farm this day, so we just had a lot of fun, and yeah, that was good. I think my my boyfriend came with on this trip too, and at the farm, it's like my nephew just, grabs his hand and is like, go this way, come here, come do this. So he's definitely becoming maybe even more of a favorite than I am, but he always says no. So then the next week was the week that we went on our cruise. So my sister and I went on a cruise to the Caribbean, and it was our first time ever cruising, and it was good. I can talk about it more in the next week, but let's see. I always get sick before my vacations. I got sick before Disney, and then I got sick before our cruise, but thankfully it was like a 1 or 2 days, and then it was done. But I had like, I don't know, this like weird dizziness, and like I had vertigo or whatever. It was weird. And so my sister, she's like, maybe you had a migraine. I'm like, I don't know, but at least it didn't like last through the cruise. And then I went to see a Badger game with my cousin. She has season tickets, and so she invited me to come to that. And then yeah, we went to we flew down to Miami and went on our cruise. It was a lot of fun. The first couple of days, because there was that tropical storm Karen that was like rolling through at this time. The first night was like, so like we could almost barely walk because it was so wavy and bouncy and everything. And yeah, my sister and I were like, oh God, is this what we signed up for the next week? But thankfully it's like after the first day or two, it like calmed down a lot more. But then, I can't remember, did I say this was a kit from Paper Boat Prints? And then this is a kit from Planneresque. And then this was like a cruise themed kit. I couldn't find too many cruise themed kits, so I was glad that she had one. Yeah, just really liked it. Things did not go as planned. There were so many things that changed, and thankfully her paper's like on the removable side, and so I was able to kind of change things around without using too many canceled stickers. But yeah, things just changed around a lot because of the tropical storm. They ended up canceling our day in St. Thomas, so we stayed in Puerto Rico for 2 days because yeah, they just didn't want to like go off sailing, and it was super rainy this day, but it was nice because, and like a lot of things were closed this day as well, so it was nice because we got to spend more time exploring Puerto Rico and seeing things that we couldn't have seen based off of like we arrived kind of late in the port, and then or later in the day, and then yeah, we just had more time to explore and walk around and see things in the daylight. So it ended up being okay, but it was a bummer that we didn't get to go to St. Thomas because we had a lot of fun things planned there. And then on Saturday, we were supposed to go to the Bahamas and swim with dolphins, which was my sister's, like, she was so excited for that. That was like the whole reason we booked this cruise, was because they went to the Bahamas, to Atlantis, to swim with dolphins, but they ended up having like a medical emergency, and they had to like take someone back to port or whatever, and so we ended up missing that port as well. So out of our 4 ports, we only got to go to 2, which was like kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. We made most of it in Tortola. We ended up booking 2 excursions like back to back, and so it was kind of like go go go, but at least we got to see a lot of stuff, and yeah, that was a really cool experience. I liked that a lot. So all in all, it was good, but it was like for our first time cruising, it's like, well, I don't know if I'd do it again or not. Like I probably would just see if this happens all the time, or if it was just because we went during like hurricane storm season, and there were just kind of things that were out of our control that changed the schedule. But it'd be interesting to see, if it was like that again in the future, or just that we just happen to have kind of a cancellation heavy cruise. And then on the Sunday when we got out of port and everything, we ended up doing like an Everglades tour, which was really cool as well. So we kind of made the most of like what time we had before our flight as well. So then moving into October, this was my October monthly kit from, I can't remember, this is a shop that I just bought a couple of monthly kits from her. I can't remember if it was like This Very Crafty Mama or something Crafty Mama or something Mama. But I liked this kit, and it had a lot of boxes in it as well. And then moving into the first week of October, I had this kit from Mellow Paper Studios. We went and saw Downton Abbey this day, which was like fantastic. I loved Downton Abbey. We went and saw my boyfriend's family. So yeah, it was just kind of a nice week after, having my cruise. I had the day off on Tuesday, so it was like much needed for, kind of getting back into the swing of things and recuperating after, taking a vacation after the vacation. And then I love this kit. This is a kit from the Littlest Planner, and it's like villain themed kit. And so I thought it was perfect for October, since obviously October is spooky. And so this one, I just had a lot of packing to do, packing, getting ready. And then I went to see my sister again for this weekend. So we went to the corn maze, we went to a firefighter breakfast, and that was a lot of fun. So then this week, I worked this weekend, and so, just trying to get some stuff done. We were having the ticket pre-sale for Taylor Swift tickets, and I didn't get them this day, and it was very upsetting, and I was very sad. But then she had like other pre-sales as well, so this was like the verified fan pre-sale, and then this day she had like a credit card pre-sale, so if you had a certain credit card, you could buy the tickets. And my sister she had the credit card. She wasn't going to the concert, but I called her up and I was like, hey, do you still have this credit card, and can I use it to buy Taylor Swift tickets? And so I ended up getting the Taylor Swift tickets this day, for, this upcoming summer. But yeah, I was like, it was very dejecting on this day, but it all became better, with this day. But yeah, lots and lots of packing, kind of the theme of the month of October was packing and getting ready for my move. So then this week I put in this, Halloween themed kit from Paper Bill Prints. Did I say this last kit was from Paper Bill Prints as well? Obviously, like I said, a lot of kits from her shop. She's one of my favorite shops ever. So, but yeah, this was just, again, getting ready for my move, packing a ton, just kind of getting everything figured out. Nothing too overly exciting. Then moving into November, I love this kit. This was again from that same shop from October that I can't remember the name of, but just a really cute kit, and I remember it being very affordable as well. So then the week that I moved, this was the day that I moved into my house, and it was a very busy day. The movers took forever, and I don't think they were very good. I think, I was like, they were not very careful. And so, like, when we got to my house, I ended up, like, rather than have them move my couch into my house, because I didn't think that they could do it, I had them just put it in the garage, and we ended up just, like, loading the couch into the trailer and just taking it to the dump. And I bought a new couch because I had, like, a sleeper sofa, and it was a mess for them getting it out of my house. And they it was awful. And so I'm like, I don't trust them to like not bang up my brand new house and all of my new walls and get that into the basement where I want it. So I ended up getting a new couch instead, which was expensive, but fine. It ended up being just fine because that couch that I had, the sleeper sofa one, it was a hand-me-down from my cousin anyway, so it's like, it wasn't like it cost me any money, and it was probably more of a pain in the butt than just getting a regular old couch. So anyways, long tangent, but owned my first house, and then my boyfriend moved in this day as well. So now he officially lives here too, which is really nice because he lived, for most of our relationship, we lived an hour and a half away from each other, and so, or 2 hours before he bought his house in February. And so it was just really nice to have him, obviously, like, to be in one place together. And so he still owns his house, but he rents it out to friends. And so it's all kind of worked out nicely for us. So anyway, so then, it was just kind of like hanging out with my dad and, getting stuff done around my house and my boyfriend, and so it was good. I really love this kit, and this one's from Sweet Bean Plans, but I know a lot of kits or shops have this artwork as well, but I really like the way that she did it. So then this was another exciting week. This was the week that I brought home my dog. So she was actually my boyfriend's family's dog, but his mom ended up developing an allergy to her, like a very, very severe allergy to her. And they have 2 dogs, but their other dog doesn't seem to bother her allergies to the extent that my dog does. And so she had been living at like a farm that their like cousin or someone in their family owned, who like breeds dogs and things like that. So she had been living up there for a couple of months, while my house was getting finished. And so then I wanted a week just to kind of get my house somewhat ready for her before I brought her home. But she came home this day. My boyfriend drove up to the farm and brought her home and everything, and it was awesome. So this is a kit from, who is this from? She's no longer open at any rate, but I loved this kit, and especially with like the dog art and everything, and so I ended up using this, and it took her a little while to adjust, and it took us a little while to kind of, get to where we are now, but she's a great dog. She's just very, very energetic and very curious, gets into a lot of stuff. So anyway, so then we have the next week in November. This is a kit from Sweet Fox Papery, and we went to see my parents were babysitting for my sister while she was on vacation, and so we went up to help them, but then we had to put my dog in the kennel for like a day and a half or whatever, so that we could hang out at my sister's house, because she didn't want us to bring her without her being there, which is fine, but my mom was like, you can just bring her, and my sister was like, no, you can't. No, you can't. So, but that was nice to get to see. I got to see my grandparents this day before they left for Arizona, and then I also got to see my family this weekend, so it was very nice. Then this is another kit from, I cannot think of her name, but she's closed, and this was just kind of a normal-ish week. My fence finally started getting installed, and that was a long process to get my fence installed, because first I needed the builders to put the dirt in my backyard, because apparently I didn't have enough dirt, and it's still not, like, my yard is definitely going to be a huge project in the spring, but I finally got my fence up. It took a couple days for them to, get it up. Fence round 2, fence round 3, fence round 4, fence fixes, fence permits, yeah. So anyways, but it's been a long process. Getting a fence is one of the things that I like definitely wanted to have in a house because I wanted a dog and I just want to be able to let her out and not have to worry about her. But gosh, it took a long time to get it going. So, but it's almost there. Or, you know, it's pretty much done now. It's just going to be a project in the spring to get all of the grass put in, because spring is going to be a muddy time for us. So then moving on to, here's my December kit, which I still haven't gotten a kit for, and we're just gonna breeze over that. I mentioned in my haul, I don't know if that's going up before or after this, but basically it's like I ordered a monthly kit from one shop, and after like 2 months I never got it, and I ended up having to file with Etsy, because, you know, she said that she shipped it, but it like never updated on the shipping, and she said that it was the problem with the post office, like the post office picked them up and they never updated the tracking, but then she stopped responding to my messages, and so finally I was just like, I just want my money back, and then I ordered from another shop, but that one, I knew it was like a Black Friday order, and I knew her shipping times would be a while, so I knew I wasn't going to get that anytime soon. So then I ended up getting another kit because I usually get 2 monthly kits for my pre-planner and my memory planner, one for each, and so then I ordered from another shop that had decent shipping times, and I thought it might get there by the end of the month, like kind of in the last week of December, but UPS or USPS is just like taking it all over. It took it like 9 days to get to whatever the first holding center is, and now it's on its way to the second holding center or distribution center or whatever, and it's been like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. So I'm like, I don't know what they're doing with my stickers, but then I finally ended up getting a kit, so when I eventually get that kit in, I will finish that off, but I wanted to just do the rest of my flip through for now, but I'm sure, you know, it's going to get finished eventually, but it just made me less productive in December, or more stressed out just not having that done, because I like to be able to flip to my monthly page and just say, like, when I'm planning the week out, like, oh, you know, here's my bill due, it's trash day, or it's trash and recycling, you know, kind of big events that are going on, so I can kind of plan things out. And like I said, I didn't have that in December, other than just like a handwritten like list of you know, what my events were, like basically my pre-planning list. So anyways, so eventually I will get that done, but gosh, it's been, I'm gonna start buying monthly kits from people that put them in their shop like a long time in advance, if I can be that forward thinking. So anyways, so then this was our 1-year anniversary, my boyfriend and I, and so we went out for like a fancy dinner and just had like a really nice date night, and then trying to think what else we had. It was Thanksgiving week. Oh yeah, it was Thanksgiving week. I just realized that that's my Thanksgiving kit. This was from Paper Boat Prints, and yeah, it was just kind of a quick trip. Originally, I canceled my trip because it snowed really bad on this day, and I was like, I'm just not going to be able to do it. All of my patients coming in were saying like how bad the roads were, and driving home was busy and stuff, and so I was like, I don't know, I don't want to do it. But then on this day, then it's like, well, the roads don't seem as bad. Like, I was looking up all the weather reports, it didn't look like it was gonna snow anymore, so I ended up like last minute driving down to Thanksgiving, and I'm glad I did, because I got to see my family and everything. And I just brought my dog with, and originally we had a dog sitter planned, but that's fine. So, and then my boyfriend was gone this part of the week because his family was having a big Thanksgiving celebration in Arizona that I was working, so I couldn't go to see them too. Then this week we went and saw Hamilton, which was really exciting. And so we set up the Christmas tree. We went out to one of our favorite brunch places, baked cookies with the kids. And then we went to see Hamilton, which was awesome. The only problem was then at like midnight, moving into this Monday. This is a kit from Miscellany Boulevard, and this is a kit from Soda Pop Studio. I got it in a grab bag, and I don't love it because it's glossy, but I made it work because it was like a pretty full kit, and I've always wanted to try out her kit format. I would do it, but I don't like glossy. I'd rather have matte. But anyways, and so we ended up waking up at like 5 a.m. to drive back early because it was snowing all day this day. It was like a big blizzard, and so thankfully we made it home before it got really bad. Like the last half an hour or 30 miles or so of our trip were really snowy, but the rest of the roads were pretty clear, so I'm glad we left really early to come home, because I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to driving in the snow, so I made my boyfriend do it, or asked him very nicely, and he was very obliging. Then we went and saw Star Wars. Did we see Star Wars this day? No, we were just starting Star Wars to see, because it's the next week that Star Wars came out. We went to a Christmas concert, another choir concert, and then this is the day that my boyfriend proposed, so now he is my fiance, and so that was a lot of fun. Obviously it's a lot of fun, but it was just really fantastic, so yeah, that was really exciting. And then, like, I was like, well, if I would have known that I was going to get engaged this week, I'd been hoarding this kit for forever, for Paperbow Prince. It was a mystery kit she did in, like, a while ago. It has to be, like, 2 years ago. And 2.5 years ago. And I think it was, like, November 2017, maybe. And, oh, God, I love this kit so much. And so I was like, okay, I'll use it the next week, because if I would have known that I was going to be getting engaged, I would have used this kit for this week. But my boyfriend told me that, because he can't keep a secret, but he told me, you know, after the fact, after I'd already pre-planned out this week, basically that it was going to happen this week. And so I'm like, oh, darn. So that's what I get for planning too far ahead. And by too far ahead, I mean, like, you know, Friday instead of Sunday, but it works, it's fine. So but yeah, so anyways, so I used this kit because I just thought it was stunning, and then, you know, nothing super spectacular this week. I worked the weekend, did a lot of Christmas shopping and trying to figure things out, because I felt like I was really behind on Christmas shopping this year. We went and saw Star Wars on this day, So yeah, and then my mom was sick, and so she came back. She got home this day, so that was really good. But yeah, no, it was a good, a very beautiful spread, and I think it worked really well for being right around Christmas because of the green. Then this is the Christmas spread I did. This was from Paperbow Prince as well, and I love this kit. I love this artwork with, like, the plaid. We did so much traveling this day. The only day that we were home the entire day was Friday. Every other day we were either driving to or coming back, or just at someone else's house. And so it was good to just have a week to kind of see a bunch of family and everything, but I really appreciated this Friday where I got to kind of just take a breath. So, but yeah, very good day. We had his family, my family, and then his friends, and for all of our Christmas celebrations. And then we got to open our presents at our house on the Friday, since we were home. And then for New Year's, this is my last week of 2019, and this is another kit from Paperbow Prince. And yeah, I really love this. I think this was all hand drawn by her, and I just love, like, all of the fun colors and everything. But 2020 is off to a good start. It was crazy busy these 2 days in the pharmacy. Yeah, super duper busy. And I'm hoping to film a memory spread in one of either my new planner or my old memory planner, to post here on YouTube, just because I have 4 spreads to work with for New Year's, so I might as well film one of them. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you enjoyed. And then I have like just some notes in the note pages. Like I was gonna try to do, there was like a reading challenge, and I didn't end up, I wrote it all out, but I didn't do it. And but otherwise, pretty much my planner is blank. As far as the note pages go, I didn't really use them a whole lot this year. But I hope you enjoyed kind of going through the spreads. It's kind of a long video, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And I thank you guys for watching, and I'll just see you in my next video. Bye now.